So today we are going to start something new, that is called ratio. In the last class only I have already told you that something about ratio. So what is ratio? Ratio is basically comparison of two things. Now how we compare? So let us say I have bought a pen with I have bought a pen with 10 rupees, and I have bought a pencil with 2 rupees. So you can see one thing clearly, that pen is costlier and pencil is cheaper. So how to compare them? So we can say the pencil or the pen is 5 times costlier than a pencil. So why I can say that pen is 5 times costlier? Because if you multiply 5 with the price of pencil, that is 2, so 5 2s you will get 10, that is the pen price. So that means pen is 5 times costlier. So 5 multiplied by pencil's price, that is 2 rupees, will be pen's price. Now, so how to write this as ratio? So ratio will be 10. So 10 is to 2. So this thing, these 2 dots are the symbol of ratio. Now how to write ratio, and we will see that. So let's say we want to write the ratio of, so the thing will be like that. How to compare them? So the ratio of pen's price to pencil's price. So see one thing, pen's price to pencil's price. So I am comparing pen's price with respect to pencil's price. So whatever will be after 2, that will be later on. That means the ratio I will write here is 10, that is pen's price, which is before 2, is 2, that means 2 dot, and pencil's price, that is 2 rupees. So what does it mean? 10 is to 2. 10 is to 2 means nothing but your 10 divided by 2. So you can see one thing, that if I write this 10 as 5 into 2 by 2, then my 2 and 2 will cut, and I will get only 5 by 1. So basically this I can write 5 by 1, I can write 5 is to 1. So that means ratio of pen's price to pencil price is either 10 is to 2 or 5 is to 1. So basically we represent in the simpler term. So the simpler and the smaller term is 5 is to 1. So what does it mean, 5 is to 1? 5 is to 1 means, so I'm writing here 5 is to 1. 5 is to 1 means, so see here, pen's price to pencil price. So pencil price I have told later on. So this is pencil's price, pencils, and this is pens. So that means one thing you see clearly, that pen's price is 5, whereas pencil price is 1. That means if pencil's price is 1, then pen's price will be 5. So if pencil price is 2, then pen's price will be 5 times of that, that is 10. So that's why it is 2 and this is 10 also. Okay, so this thing is there. Let us talk about something else. Let's say in a class we have we have 20 boys and 15 girls. Okay, or we can have 20 girls and 15 boys as well, same. Okay, now in case of that, if I say find the ratio of number of boys to girls, so the number of boys to the number of girls, I have to find the ratio. So before 2, who is there? Boys is there. So boy, I know that 20 is my boy, is to girls how many? 15. So girls is after 2, so after is to I will write 15. So that means 20 by 15. So I can simplify 20, I can always write 4 into 5, and 15 I can write 3 into 5. So 5 gone, so this is 4 by 3, so that means I can write 4 is to 3. So denominator is going always in the right hand side. So 20 is to 15 is reduced to 4 is to 3. So both are same thing. 20 is to 15 means 4 is to 3. So that means if 3 girls are there, there will be 4 boys. So this is the ratio, that means the comparison of two quantity. Now in the same situation, so this is 4 is to 3, right? But if I say the same situation with little bit changes, if I say that find the ratio of the number with girls to boys, so the whole situation will change. How? See, in this case the ratio will be 15 is to 20. That means boys number will be after is to, because it is after 2. So in this case this will become 15 by 20, which will become, after simplification, 3 by 4, that is 3 is to 4. Okay, so this is the situation. Now if I say something like this, so that find the number of girls total number of students. So in that case what you will do, see, so we have to find total number of students. We have 20 boys and 15 girls, so total number of students is 35, right? 20 plus 20, 15. So that means total student total is 35. So what will be the ratio? Girls to total. So what is girls number? 15. So I will write 15 first. Then what is there? To the total number of students, that is 35. So 35 is after that. So how much I am getting? 15 by 35. So I can write 15 as 3 into 5 and 35 7 into 5. So 5 gone, I have 3 by 7, that is 3 is to 7. So that means this reduced fraction actually is my ratio. That means it shows that if the total number of a student is 7 in the class, there will be 3 girls. Okay, so how many boys will be there in that case? There will be 7 minus 3, 4 boys. Okay, like that. If I say that find the total number of boys to the the ratio of boys to the total number of student, in that case what you will be, it will be 20, that is the number of boys, is to total number, that is 35. So that will be my 20 by 35. Now 20 means 4 into 5 by 7 into 5, so that is 4:7 it will come, because it is 4 by 7 if we cut 5. So that means if in the class 7 is the total number of students, 4 will be the number of boys. Now let us see some this kind of maths regarding ratio. Okay, so here we have one kind of math. The math is length and breadth of a rectangular field are 50 meter and 15 meter respectively. Find the ratio of the length to the breadth. So you can see that after 2 breadth is there. So that means after is 2 there will be breadth, that is 50. So that's why it is 15 is to 50 is to 15. So 50 is to 15 means 50 by 15. Now you know that, okay, we ignore this part because I think there is a problem here. So let me do it. So this will be 50 by 15. So I can write here 5 into 10 by 5 into 3. So I can cut. So that will be 10 by 3. So my answer is 10 is to 3. So my answer of the ratio will be 10 is to 3. So you just have to write two numbers which are given to you with is to sign. Okay, that is 2 colon, kind of colon, and then you have to simplify it using the simplification method of fraction. Okay, so this is basically easier. Now moving to this question, you can see here, find the ratio of 90 centimeter to 1.5 meter. Now you can see one thing, 90 centimeter, so it is in centimeter, and 1.5 is in meter. So that's why what they have done here, they have converted 1.5 meter into centimeter. So you know that 1 meter is 100 centimeter, right? So that means 1.5 meter will be 100 into 1.5, right? So that's why what they have done, they have multiplied here 1.5 into 100. Now we have to find the ratio. So now both are in centimeter, so they have done the ratio. Now this you can ignore. You can see that 90 divided by 150. So 90 you can write always 9 into 10 divided by 15 into 10. Now 10 and 10 is gone, so I can remove them. Now 9 and 15 is there, so instead of 9 I can write 3 into 3. And instead of 15 also I can write here 3 into 5. So 3 gone, so my answer is 3 by 5, which is nothing but 3:2. So my ratio is 3:5. So this is how you have to do ratio. Very easy, write the numbers, but 2 will be after, which is after 2, that will be after your is to colon sign, and which is before, that will be before your sign. The denominator always goes in the after colon, that means after is to sign. Okay, now come here. Give two equivalent ratio of 6:4. Now see, like equivalent factor 6:4, we can always write 6:4 as this 6/4. Okay, so we can see here, if we do simplification also, 6 we can write 3 into 2, and 4 we can write 2 into 2. So 2 gone, so that is 3/2. So this is basically 3:2. So this is one equivalent ratio. Another thing you can do, that is you can multiply anything with the both side, then also it will be same fraction, similar fraction. So now I can write here 12/8. So 12/8 I can write here 12:8. So that is also one equivalent ratio of 6:4. So 6:4 also means 3 into 2. 6:4 also means 12:8. So this is how you can do. Either you can split and do cancellation, and you can simplify the ratio, or you can multiply anything, same thing, up and down with the numerator and denominator, and you can get something, another ratio that will also be equivalent. So to find equivalent ratio, either you can simplify or you can multiply same thing in the both side. So this is it. Okay, coming to another question. Give two equivalent ratio of 3 and 5. So in that case you can see what they have done. Ratio 3:5, that means 3 divided by 5. So they have multiplied 3 in upper side and 3 in down side. So they have gotten this one, 9/15. Also similarly, in this case they have multiplied 2 with up and 2 with down. So they have gotten 6/10. That is also equivalent. So you can multiply both things, same thing in the both side. Okay, and you can so you can multiply any number of your wish, 4, 5, 6. So you can also, so in this case it is also will be one answer. So 3/5, you can multiply 6 also in both sides. So this will be 18/30. So that means 18:30 is also another answer. Now if you look at this question number 3. In question number 3 you can see that fill in the blank box. So 3/8 is there, equal to something will be upside, and this is 24. So you can see that this I have to find out, right? So how to find out? See, 24 from 8, how we can get 24? So if you split 24, we can see that we can write 24 as 8 into 3. So that means something here. So with 8 I have multiplied 3 to make it equivalent ratio. Now in this case, so 3 has to be multiplied with upside also, but upside already 3 was there, so this would be 3 into 3. So that means ultimately in this box, in place of this box, there will be 9, and 8 3s are downside is your 24. So this is basically using common sense we have to do. So what we have to do, we have to see this term 24, we have to split it, we have to see that with 8 what we have multiplied here. Okay, and we have to multiply the same thing upside to get the answer. Okay. Now here we have at last some little bit interesting and little bit difficult question. Now you can see here the question is, there are 1 180 students in a class, so the total number of students, so total is 180 students are there in the class. Number of girls 75. Find the ratio of the girls to the number of boys. Now that means how many boys are there? 180 minus 75. So this is 5 and we have 9 here. Okay, so that means okay, so 5 and 1. That's all. This is not okay. This is 101. Okay, 101, 105. So 105 boys are there and 75 girls are there. Okay. Now, so what will be the ratio of girls to the number of boys? So girls is at first. So 75 is to 105 is the ratio. Now we have to simplify it. So how to simplify it? So we can see here 75 divided by 105. So what you can do, you can write 75 as your 15 into 5, right? And 105 you can write as 15 into 7. So that means 15 gone. So you have 5 by 7 at last. So you can write 5:7 is the answer. So this is how we represent ratio. So why ratio is important? Because to compare some two stuffs. Okay, like a very important thing I will share with you. Let's say you are making a roux abza or something. Now you know how much mixture you have to give and how much sugar you have to give. Now if you give more sugar, it will be full of sugar, but if you give less sugar and more roux abza or the powder in it, and then it will be sour, right? So you need to know what should be the balance, how to balance the taste. So in how we say that in a glass of roux abza, let's say we have total 100 ml of like total mixture. So 100 ml is the volume of the total mixture. Okay, so in that case, let's say you are told that you have to give water of let's say 200 milliliter of water. You have to add say this is water. You have to add say 30 ml of powder mixture, and let's say you have to add 20 ml of sugar. So what is the ratio of powder to sugar? We can say that this is 30:20, that is 3:2. So we have to mix them in 3:2 ratio when we have we are adding 200 milliliter of water. We can do one more thing. We can add this water also here. So in the last case, which we will study in our next class, that is how to take care of three objects. Like here we have water. Still now what we have done with two objects. We have compared two objects, right? So now we are going to compare three objects, that is water, powder and sugar. So I can write here, so water, ratio of three objects, water is to powder is to sugar is how much? 200:30:20. Now you maybe fascinating ki are 200 only in case of two terms we can represent in ratio, like in ratio in fraction. We can represent the ratio in fraction, like denominator and numerator. But in this case, how we are going to represent it? So in this case, we don't represent it as ratio, like as fraction, but we may be doing the same things what we are going to do with our fraction. So how to reduce them, I will just show you once. Then this we will study nicely in our next class. So the ratio is 230 and 20. So just like ratio here, fraction here, we have splitted and we have done the cancellation here, right? So in this case what we will do, we can write this as 20 into 10 is to 3 into 10 is to 2 into 10. And then as 10 is common in all cases, we can cut all the 10s and we can write here 20 is to 3 is to 2. That means that now see, one thing can happen. It is not sure that you are going to make only 250 ml. Let's say in your home you have like a party and 10 of your friends has come. So that means you have to make 250 ml of 250 into 10 glasses. That means 2500 ml of Ruh Afza you have to make. But you only know that in 250 ml you need that 30 and 20 milliliter of that powder and sugar. But how to make, what will be the proportion or what will be the amount of powder and sugar for 2500 ml of Ruh Afza? How to know that? So that's why this ratio is important. Now you know that if I am making 20 ml of let's say if I am making 20 ml of Ruh Afza, I need 3 ml of your sugar and 2 ml of your 3 ml of your powder and 2 ml of your sugar, right? Whereas 20 I have to give water. Now if I want to make let's say Ruh Afza of more than that number, so what I will do here, let's say I'm just showing you what to do. Let's say I want to make lot of amount of Ruh Afza. So if I want to make water, if I am giving water of 100 ml, so let's say I am giving now water 1000 ml. So water is 1000, so that means this 20 I have to make equal to 1000. So how to make 20 equal to 1000? If I multiply 50 with it. So if I multiply 50 with it, so one thing you know that, like we have cancelled same term, so we can cancelling same term in all of this. That means we are actually, there is nothing called cancellation, right? So actually we were dividing 10 from each of the terms. So whatever, just like your fraction, what you multiply upside, you must multiply downside to make the fraction same. What we were doing here, that for finding equivalent ratio. In the same thing, when we have three quantities, whatever you have to multiply, okay, to get your required amount, you have to multiply the same thing in all of these terms. So 3 into 50 and 2 into 50. So that means how much you are getting now? 1000 is my water which was required, and then you have 3 and 50, that is 150, and 2 and 50, that is 100. So that means this ratio is telling me कि if I want to make 100, if I want to add 100 milliliter of water, I have to add, to make the same taste, to make this Ruh Afza with same taste, I have to add 150 ml of powder and 100 ml of sugar in it. Okay, so this is basically very important for in case of chemistry reactions to make the food. And you know that the chefs who are making the food, they are very good at this ratio, because that's why they make such tasty food. So this much is for today. Your basic thing will be this, that is how to find ratio, what is ratio, and ratio is nothing but fraction, how to simplify it, and how to find equivalent ratio, like this. Okay, so that will be basically your main thing. The last thing what we have done, we will do in our next class as well. So for today, bye, and see you in my next class.